Hi Sagittarius, it's reading for Sagittarius. This reading could resonate with anyone who has Sagittarius strongly in their chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I will be representing Sagittarius, so for cross-watchers, you're welcome here, but just know I'm representing Sagittarius, and I will be biased towards Sagittarius in this reading. All right, let's go ahead and see what the general forecast is. I will be looking at the general forecast, then I will look at money, and then love in this reading. Looking at the general forecast for Sagittarius. General forecast for Sagittarius. There we go. General forecast for Sagittarius now. Ooh, there you are, Queen of Wands. There you are. Five of Cups. Now this is in the energy around you with the Five of Cups. Someone around you would be experiencing that, most likely. Most likely. We have Empress coming out. This is your energy as well. Whoa. We have the Three of Swords. And the last part of the month, we have Temperance. Okay. All right, and let's look at money. Looking at money now for Sag. Looking at money for Sag. Looking at money for Sagittarius. Looking at money. Money for Sag. We have Strength. And Justice. Great. And let's look at romantic love. Romantic love. There we go. Romantic love. Oh. We have the Three of Wands, or no, the Five of Wands and the Lover's energy. Ooh. Tell me more about the Five of Wands. Tell me more about the Five of Wands. Tell me more. Okay. And let's look at this Five of Cups. Let's look at this Five of Cups. Okay. Just want to make sure there's not a shadow here. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, Sag. So as you're moving into the month, you're in the Queen of Wands. So you're in a natural enjoyment. You could be doing something new. You could be doing something that you have a lot of confidence in. This is something that you do with a lot of ease and grace and beauty. And you're enjoying yourself. And you're just in a very natural, wonderful place. So I think that whatever you're doing here, you're really shining. You're shining your true self out. Let's just say it that way. And you have a certain kind of exuberance, or you have a certain kind of energy that really is quite attractive to other people. Queen of Wands is very attractive. She can pull people in. She can inspire people. It's really because she lives her life with so much gusto. And I'm also hearing the word grace as well. So it's not just dynamic fire. It's also graceful connection, kind of something like that. Now, what's interesting here, I'm not sure really why this is and what's happening, but you hold the frequency of the Three of Swords, something here that can be like down within. There could be something here that's somewhat sad or painful. It looks like there's someone around you that could be going through something kind of hard. And I think that you're feeling that. I think that you're aware of someone or aware of something that's going on. You could deep down have like a certain level of anxiety. The Queen of Wands is able to override this Three of Swords. She's able to override it because she has this fire that can help carry her through. But then again, you have this person around you that's really disappointed in something. And I think that they, let's go into the Five of Cups. Why is the Five of Cups here? Because it's affecting you. It is affecting you. Let's look at this Five of Cups. We have the Hierophant flipping over. We have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords, that's a learning energy, a vulnerable energy, an investigative, cynical could even be, or critical energy. Tell me more about the Five of Cups. There's something here that is asking, there's a person here who has made some type of decision. They have made some type of decision, and as they've worked through that decision, it hasn't gone on like they thought it would. Something has happened that where they have experienced maybe a failure, or a situation hasn't gone the way they thought. And maybe they spent money. Maybe they have hurt a friendship, right? It is asking them. The universe is asking this person to firm up the way he or she believes, and to find a way to move forward into a more peaceful experience, And this person is learning now how to move forward, because there's still, with the Five of Cups, there's still ways of doing it. It's just not going to maybe be as grand, or maybe it's not going to be as much as what this person was planning. And maybe there's a little bit of budget constraint now, because this could have connected in with money somehow. But the universe is asking this person to firm up their understandings, and to take notice of something, to learn something probably about themselves, so they can move forward into a more stable. So this person might have been on a roller coaster. This person might have been a person who could really easily get into things and then kind of get themselves into hot water. Looks like this person is going through this experience to gain more understanding about themselves. That would be like the what do they call it? The higher soul, or the higher soul is what's coming forward. So you are in some sort of worry about this with the Three of Swords. Tell me more about this Three of Swords energy. It's not stopping you. It's just that you're aware of this. You could be worried that it could somehow affect your future. Three of Swords. Tell me more about this Three of Swords. Three of Wands. I mean, you're always looking for tomorrow to be better. Like, this is a very dynamic energy. Three of Wands energy is, there's always this optimism. There's always this knowledge that, if I work hard, if I engage, and when I work hard, when I engage, when I live my true self, when I step into my exuberance and my passion for life, I know that I'm connecting into frequencies that help me to move into improvement. I know that I'm connecting into that kind of frequency, right? With the Three of Wands. But when there's something that goes on like this, it can really even dim your energy. Because when we're in life with other people, like when we're in life with other people, we're affected by other people, sometimes in our own households. That could, I do feel like you could be a little bit worried that it could even affect your momentum. I think you're aware of that. And I think in some way, like, you could be even frustrated by this. But as the month goes through, you move into Temperance energy. So, you are Sagittarius. You are the sign that's able to understand. You are the sign that has the flexibility, the willingness to move forward, even if it's not the way you originally thought. You guys have that ability to do that. And you are moving into Sagittarius energy. So even though for a couple of weeks, maybe it kind of dimmed your it's something that's deep down. It's a frequency that's deep down, like in the underbelly. It could have worried you a little bit, but I think you're gaining in confidence as you're moving through the month. And by the time you get to the end of the month, I think that you actually have recognized that this could be something better. I think that you've recognized that with a little bit of time, with a little bit of effort, that this situation that's around you could actually be better than you thought. And I feel like even as you're moving into the Empress energy. So you started the month in the Queen of Wands, where it's like you're in your own sort of in your own bubble. You're doing something that's important to you, and you have it going on, but there's another person that's like, they're really impacting this. And as you're moving through the month, I think you're seeing like, oh my gosh, if this could be changed into a little bit of a different situation, this could really be quite nice, even for my life, right? So it's just like a recognition. It's very interesting because you end in the Empress energy. So you end in it's like you've gained some real insight here that's helping you to overcome any kind of worry that you might have. It's like you're trusting in the universe, like where for a couple of weeks you might not have really known what to do or how to handle this. But by the end of the month, you've gained some insight here, and you could even be in a place where you could be helping to guide this person through. You've gained you yourself have gained some confidence. How does the Empress feel about the situation around? How does the Empress feel? How does the Empress feel? 5 of Swords. Yeah, okay. There's 6 of Swords. Yeah. I think that you could be advising this person because you go 5 of Swords to the 6 of Swords. I think you're helping this person somehow. Yeah, and romantically, this card it comes out once in a while. If there's no one else to talk to me. It's almost, and people, this is channeled to me. This has so many meanings. It was channeled to me when I was doing my shadow cards, and it feels like to me this saying, it's kind of like. Let's figure this out together. I can help you with this. I can work with you on this. And it's almost like where you didn't have the confidence or the interest in the beginning of the month, by the end of the month, it feels like you could be advising this person. You could be helping them out with resources. You could be listening to them. You could be sharing your perspectives with them. And I think that there is something here you don't quite agree with, definitely. But with the conversations, with the arguments, with the discussions, with potential resources that you might have connections to, I think this could definitely move forward with the 6 of Swords. That's the goal. That's the goal for this person with the 5 of Cups to move forward. And this 6 of Swords came out before, I'm pretty sure, somewhere. So yeah, I think that you are helping this person somehow, and you have realized you have a high degree of knowledge in some area that you can help with. And you might have to bicker and have petty arguments or have heated discussions with this person. But I think ultimately in the end, it really is about finding a way forward that's going to be better. It's going to be more secure. It's going to be more thorough. The Empress energy, this is within your natural, it is within your natural ability to do this. I want to ask, like, how is the 5 of Cups person feeling about, how is the 5 of Cups person feeling about Sagittarius? How is the 5 of Cups person feeling about Sagittarius? How is the 5 of Cups King of Cups? Yeah, I don't think this person is actually this person is not down and out at all. This person is a king, just like you're a queen. So you have the same hierarchy. It's the same level. Now, as you move to the end of the month, you are in like a place of having more information somehow. You have more information somehow, or you have you just have like a caretaker energy. There's something here you're taking care of, whether it's a project or a business, or you're helping guide this situation, but you are connecting in with the King of Cups, which is Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energy. I think the King of Cups is quite appreciated. I think the King of Cups is appreciating this. I think the King of Cups is appreciating this. Emperor, damn. There we go. Emperor energy. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. This is how we move along together. This is how we help support each other and build each other up. I mean, you guys are moving into higher versions of yourself. The masculine is moving into Emperor position, and you've made it into the Empress position. So we're talking about success here, working together in very honest, helpful ways with one another, having understanding, having trust in our own abilities. So interesting. Yeah, you guys are Emperor and Empress here. You're working on it. I think the feminine might make it there first, but the masculine he just has this challenge that he's working through, and he'll be back in his own powerful ways very soon. It's just kind of getting through this rough patch, basically. All right, let's go ahead and look at money. Looking at money for the month for Sagittarius. Looking at money for the month. Financially, there is going to be something to be worked out here, and it ends with justice energy. So the goal is, and your focus is, to make sure that it's fair, to make sure that it's going to work, to make sure that it's going to work not just for today, but how about next month? What is it going to be like next month, and what is it going to be like into the future? Because the goal here is to make sure that it's not only okay today, but it's okay into the future. And with the strength energy, it really it's limiting strength energy. It's like there's a beast within. Let's do it now. Let's buy it now. Oh gosh, I don't know if I have the focus to really plan a lot for it. I think I just want to try this. It's like looking at the first thing to buy and just buying it just because you just don't feel like digging in, right? You don't feel like investigating it. You've heard from someone else that this is the best thing to do, so I'm just going to do this. I just don't have time. I don't bother me, and I don't want to be questioned about it either, right? That's what you're not doing. Okay, so you are being careful. You are looking at options. You are resisting the temptation to just do it without, Sagittarius. I mean, we can just do things on the fly. And you are resisting that. You're being careful. The point here is to create a solution, or to bring a solution about that's not just good for one person, but good for both. And not just good for today, but good for the future. And so you're really researching, you're spending time looking at it. If you are spending money, it's going to be very carefully spent. I think for most of you, this is about planning. It's about, okay, how are we going to do this? When should it be best done? How much should it cost? What brand do we use? What company do we work with? Right? And it's really like the hanged man energy here. Controlling the need to just do it on the fly, do it quickly, do it easily. It's really about digging in and figuring out what the right thing to do is, taking the time. For most of you, I don't think you're spending money on it yet. I really don't. You have the strength energy here. I think you're planning, you're digging into it, you're asking questions, you're seeing how your partners feel, you're looking at how it would feel for the kids. It's just more, it's more than just one person here. And I think that's why there's such carefulness. Most of you, I think this expenditure, and I think that there probably will be an expenditure here. I don't think it's happening this month. I think it's the planning, it's controlling the temptation for it to happen this month. It could happen this month, but if it happens this month, is it going to be done in a careful way, or is it going to be done in like, oh, I'll just get this. Oh, no worry, it'll be fine. I'll just get this. Well, if that happens sometimes, I just did this recently with a hose for my garden. And I was in a hurry. I knew I needed a hose. I had a big leak in the other one. And so I went on Amazon, and the first thing that came up was this hose for 50% off. Originally it was $35 and $15, great. Well, I know that if I go to the store, I can buy a decent hose for $12.99, right? I didn't have to buy it. It was like $15. And when I got it, it wasn't the right hose. It doesn't work right. It's one of those flexible ones that gets longer when the water's in it, but it doesn't reach far enough, and there's problems with it. So that's just something that I did, and I just did it without researching it. I didn't spend time. I just did it. That's Sagittarius. We can do that. I don't see that here. Spirit's pushing on that. But remember when you did this, talk about that. That's why I brought that up. Okay, now let's look at love. Let's look at love. Romantic love. There's something here with a partner because we have the Lover's energy. So this is happening with people who like to do things together. They like to make unified decisions. They like to have that energy of togetherness and intimacy, right? But there's something here where you guys are at odds. And sometimes the Lover's energy is like that. It's not always roses and sugary sweet. Sometimes the Lover's energy is one person starts taking over the other, right? If the other is so giving and mild and wanting to please, and the other is passionate and full of energy and having a lot of things to do, then the one that's more passive is going to find slowly her desires, slowly her interests, slowly her own decisions can be overtaken by the one that's more passionate. That's where you have these two complementary, personalities together. There is some sort of a conflict here. And I feel like this has to do with the general forecast. And I feel like the one of you is saying, let's work on this together. Let's work on this together. You don't have to do this by yourself. We don't have to be at odds with one another. Let's try to figure out how we can do this together so it will fit for both of us. But it definitely at odds a little bit this month. Partnerships are struggling with each other. It's like two egos. This is what I want. This is what I believe in. This is what I like to do. But this is what I want, and this is what I like to do. Right there, and it could be over something simple like, okay, where are we going to go on vacation? Well, I would really like to go to the same place we went last time. What? You want to go to the same place we went last time? Don't you want to go somewhere different? No, I really don't. I like going. Could be something like that. So let's go into the Five of Wands. But then we had that issue in the general. So, and it's almost like there's one of you here trying to figure something out by yourself, and the other one is saying, "Wait, why don't you want to talk to me about it? Why can't we work on it together? Let's figure out a way forward. Maybe I don't have to do this thing, and maybe you don't have to do that thing. Maybe there's a completely different way that we can do it. What are we together for if we can't talk about these things? What are we together for if we can't work through these things?" Let's look deeper into the Five of Wands. Six of Cups. Not Six of Cups is part of it. That's funny. I said Six of Cups. Well, dang. Do I even need the cards? Maybe I just sit here and just say the cards. I'll file a complaint with my team later. It's the Chariot energy. And I think it does come with the Six of Cups, definitely. Chariot energy. Somebody is wanting to move forward. There's a block. There's a challenge here. Somebody's wanting to move forward with something, but there's a challenge. Okay, Six of Wands, Six of Cups. Six of Wands is where you're really looking. What do we need to do to make sure that we can move forward in a way that's going to be okay? Right? Five of Wands, maybe somebody's just wanting to do it really fast. Right? Chariot energy. I want to just do it real fast. I want to just get it done. Don't bother me. I just want to get it done. Well, what brand are you going to buy? What store are you going to go to? I'll just go to Home Depot. Well, is it like, what kind of washing machine? Can I would kind of like to have a front loader. What do you want a front loader for? I just want to go, it's that kind of an energy. Chariot. So really the need here is to make sure that both of you are on the same page somehow. High Priestess, the feminine energy. It might be harder for the feminine energy to be vocal about this. It might be harder for the feminine energy to be vocal. You don't want it to be done wrong. That's the thing. You don't want it to be done wrong. And there's a potential chance that it could be done in a way that could be kind of hurtful, or it could have some detrimental effects. So there's a cautious one of you, and then there's a forward-leaning one. I just want to ask for guidance now. Let's ask for guidance for this. Guidance. Guidance for Sag. Guidance for Sag. Sag, you could be the one that's the forward one. You could have a partner that's like a earth energy, saying, wait, what? Do you really need that? Do we really need that? Guidance now for Sag. Guidance for Sag. Death energy flipping over. Guidance for Sag. Might be something that you didn't want to do before, but you're having to do. Strength energy. They're not coming out on the table though. Guidance. Guidance for Sagittarius. Yeah, it's going to be important to talk. It's going to be important to confront this, to talk about this, to make sure that your viewpoint is heard. Because you don't want it to become a problem. That's the thing. You don't want, and you're strongly intuitive here. You might have been quietly watching this happen, and Spirit's saying, you know, being quiet now and trusting in the universe and all that is okay, but sometimes we just have to confront and have a discussion, right? Sometimes if we just stay quiet and trust the universe, that sometimes doesn't work all that well, because this person is ready to move forward. Yeah, you're not wanting to have the pain in the future. So in order to make sure this goes good, that's why we have the Lover's energy, so we can make balanced decisions. That's why he likes her, because she has a certain qualities that help him, and that's why she likes him. He has certain qualities that help her. And if it's not in balance, then, you know, it could, yeah, it's going to be fine. It really is going to be fine. It just needs a little bit of work. Some questions. And maybe this person might not even like the questions. Don't question me. I don't want to think about it. I don't have time. I don't have the energy. Grumble, grumble, grumble. I think with a little bit of tender loving care, this is a situation that could be quite beautiful and nice. And I do feel with Judgment energy, once some conversations are here and these details get worked out, it could be the best thing that's happened in a long time. So stick with it. Make sure you're communicating. There is a way forward that's really beautiful and very good. And I think you guys are going to be really happy once you get done with the hard part. I think that you'll be really happy in the decisions you guys make, because the Judgment energy is here. So that's good. It's going to end good. It just comes with a little bit of bickering, a little bit of going back and forth. Well, you didn't. Well, no, I did not. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah, we can be like that. 5 energies. We can be like that. But what I like is we don't have the 5 of Pentacles. I mean, we don't have the 5 of Pentacles. So that's good. So there's not that hindrance. It really is about getting on the same page with one another. And with the Chariot energy coming out, like there's a person here who's just wanted, yeah, I'm going back. So I've gotten there. There's a person here that just wants to do it. And there's another person that's saying, wait a second, what do you want to do? What do you want to do again? Let's get a second opinion. Let's get a second opinion. Something like that. All right, my friends, that is the reading for the sign of Sagittarius. Wishing you guys a good month. Stay strong, stay healthy, and I look forward to reading for you again in a few weeks. All right, thank you very much. Bye.